Hello everyone. Let me ask you something. Have you ever worked for a manager who gave you instructions, but never helped you become better? Now imagine another leader. Someone who doesn't simply manage work, but transforms people. Today, we're stepping into one of the most powerful shifts in modern leadership, the journey from manager to coach. Welcome back to the Leadership Forge. I'm DK. And today, Maya is about to discover why the world's best leaders don't create followers. They create future leaders. Maya, when I first became a manager, I believed my job was to make sure every task was completed on time. The numbers looked good, but something was missing. My team followed instructions, yet they never truly grew.
So, you had results, but not real leadership. If coaching is so powerful, why isn't every manager doing it?
Exactly. That's when I learned a lesson that changed everything. Managers organize work, but coaches unlock people. And once you start developing people instead of simply directing them, you don't just build a team, you build leaders.
So, if coaching creates stronger teams, what changed? Managers have always existed, haven't they? They expect someone who helps them grow.
They have. But the world they manage no longer exists. Think about it, Maya. Teams today collaborate across countries, cultures, and time zones. Technology changes overnight, industries evolve faster than ever, and employees no longer expect someone to simply tell them what to do. When the world transformed, leadership couldn't stay the same. The command and control mindset gave way to something far more powerful: leaders who inspire, coach, and adapt. Because in today's world, the greatest competitive advantage isn't technology. It's people.
Then coaching isn't just another leadership skill.
It's becoming the foundation of modern leadership.
DK, I think many managers still believe employees only care about salary. Is that still true?
Salary matters, Maya. But today, people are searching for something more meaningful. They want to be heard. They want opportunities to grow. They expect continuous learning instead of annual feedback. They value flexibility, trust, and leaders who genuinely invest in their success.
So, they don't leave companies. They leave leaders who stop helping them grow.
Exactly. Great managers make sure the work gets done. Great leaders make sure people become capable of doing even greater work tomorrow. That's the difference between managing performance and developing potential.
DK, today's teams aren't even in the same office anymore. Some work from home, others from different cities, even different countries. How does a leader stay connected?
That's exactly the challenge, Maya. Work is no longer a place you go. It's something you do. The old command and control model depended on seeing people at their desks. But today, presence doesn't guarantee productivity. Whether someone is working from a home office or collaborating across the globe, what truly matters is trust, communication, and shared purpose, not physical location.
So, leadership must become more flexible than the workplace itself. If location no longer defines performance, then what does?
Exactly. Great coaches don't manage where people work. They create an environment where people can perform at their best, wherever they are. The quality of conversations between leaders and their people. It shifts the conversation from where people work to why they work.
DK, I've noticed something interesting. People rarely ask only about salary anymore. They ask about purpose, growth, and whether their work matters.
You're right, Maya. People don't just want a paycheck, they want a reason to give their best every day. The most successful leaders help employees see how their daily work contributes to something bigger than themselves. When people understand the purpose behind their tasks, ordinary work becomes meaningful work.
So coaching isn't just about improving performance. It's about helping people discover why their contribution matters. Purpose creates commitment.
Exactly. A coach doesn't simply assign responsibilities. A coach connects all individuals' strengths and aspirations to the organization's mission. And when people find purpose in their work, commitment is no longer demanded, it becomes natural. Yes, but commitment alone isn't enough. People also need the confidence to solve problems on their own.
DK, employees today have access to online courses, AI tools, books, podcasts. They're learning faster than ever before. Doesn't that change what they expect from their managers?
It certainly does, Maya. Years ago, managers were expected to have all the answers. Today, employees don't expect a boss who knows everything. They expect a leader who guides their learning, removes obstacles, and helps them grow. A great coach doesn't compete with knowledge. Instead, they become a resource for development, asking better questions, encouraging curiosity, and creating opportunities for continuous learning.
So, the manager's role isn't to be the smartest person in the room. When leaders become teachers, everyone grows.
Exactly. It's to build a room where everyone becomes smarter together. That's how coaching transforms an organization from a workplace into a learning culture. And when people keep growing, performance follows naturally.
DK, it feels like organizations are no longer hiring people just to follow instructions. They're hiring people to think, collaborate, and solve problems.
Exactly, Maya. Think about the past. During the industrial era, success depended on efficiency. Managers gave orders, employees followed them, and the focus was simply, do what I tell you. But today's world runs on ideas, innovation, and collaboration. Employees are no longer valued only for what they do with their hands, they're valued for what they contribute with their minds. Engagement, creativity, and continuous learning have become the new competitive advantage.
So, leadership had to evolve from controlling work to inspiring people. If people are expected to think for themselves.
Precisely. The greatest leaders today don't create followers. They create thinkers, problem solvers, and future leaders. That's the true shift from an industrial skill set to a professional mindset. I smiled. Then the most important skill a leader can develop isn't giving better answers, it's asking better questions.
DK, some managers still believe coaching takes too much time. They worry that spending time developing people will slow down performance.
I used to think the same, Maya. But experience taught me something different. Coaching isn't a distraction from results, it is one of the fastest ways to achieve them. When people understand the goal, take ownership of their responsibilities, and feel trusted, they don't need constant supervision. Instead of chasing every deadline yourself, your team begins driving performance together. Accountability increases, collaboration improves, and achieving ambitious goals becomes a shared mission, not just the manager's burden.
So great managers don't create dependence. If coaching creates ownership, what does a coaching conversation actually sound like?
Exactly. They create ownership. And when people own the mission, extraordinary results become possible. Let's step into one. Because coaching isn't about giving advice, it's about asking questions that help people discover their own answers.
DK, I've noticed something in many organizations. Whenever a project fails, the first reaction isn't, what happened? It's, who's responsible? Why does blame spread so quickly?
Because blame feels easier than accountability. Looks toward the shadowed figure pointing fingers. A blaming manager may protect their own image for a moment, but they silently destroy something far more valuable, trust. And once people fear being blamed, they stop taking initiative. They hide mistakes instead of learning from them. Innovation disappears, and everyone starts playing it safe.
So, blaming doesn't solve the problem. It creates a bigger one. So, coaching replaces blame with learning.
Exactly. A coach doesn't ask, who failed? A coach asks, what can we learn, and how do we improve together? That's how organizations build accountability instead of fear, and progress instead of excuses. And when people stop fearing mistakes, they finally become confident enough to grow. That's where real performance begins.
DK, if coaching removes blame, what replaces it? How do great leaders make sure people stay accountable without constantly checking on them?
They replace blame with ownership. Looks around the team gathered at the table. Ownership means every team member says, this is my responsibility, and I will find a way to make it successful. A coaching leader doesn't create employees who wait for instructions. They develop people who think ahead, solve problems, and take responsibility before someone asks them to.
So, ownership isn't just about completing tasks. When everyone thinks like an owner, the manager no longer has to carry the entire organization.
Exactly. It's about treating the organization's goals as your own. When people feel trusted and empowered, they stop working because they must, they start contributing because they want to. Smiles at the team. The strongest organizations aren't built by managers who control every decision. They're built by leaders who create owners at every level. That's the power of coaching leadership. One leader creates many leaders, and together, they achieve far more than one person ever could.
DK, everything we've discussed sounds inspiring. But is coaching just a leadership philosophy? Or is there real evidence that it works?
That's a great question, Maya. Gestures toward the Project Oxygen dashboard. Years ago, Google asked the same question. They launched Project Oxygen, a research initiative to discover what made some managers consistently outperform others. They analyzed thousands of performance reviews, employee surveys, and team results.
And what did they discover? Maya smiled with confidence. So coaching isn't just an opinion anymore. It's backed by research.
Surprisingly, technical brilliance wasn't at the top of the list. The number one behavior of Google's most effective managers was being a good coach. They listened more than they spoke, asked thoughtful questions, developed their people, and built trust. The data confirmed what great leaders had practiced for years. People don't achieve extraordinary results because they're controlled. They achieve them because they're coached. I knew it. Exactly. And now that we know coaching works, the next question is even more important. How can every manager begin coaching effectively?
DK, this reminds me of sports. Two athletes may have the same talent, the same training, and even the same ambition. Yet one consistently performs at a completely different level. What creates that gap?
Excellent observation, Maya. The difference is rarely talent. It's coaching. A coach sees what the performer cannot see. They correct blind spots, refine strengths, build confidence, and keep the person accountable. That's exactly what great leaders do. In organizations, average managers supervise performance. Great leaders coach performance.
If coaching creates such extraordinary results, is there a structured way every leader can coach effectively? DK, I think I know why many managers don't coach. They're buried under emails, endless meetings, deadlines, reports. And they all say the same thing. I just don't have time.
You're right, Maya. But here's the truth, those aren't the real barriers. They're the symptoms. Every leader has the same 24 hours. The difference is what they choose to prioritize. Great leaders don't coach because they have extra time. They create time because they know coaching prevents future problems. An hour spent coaching today can save weeks of correcting mistakes tomorrow. So, the real question isn't, do I have time to coach? It's, can I afford not to coach?
Maya smiled. Then what does effective coaching actually look like in a real conversation? So, DK, the biggest test isn't when everything is going well. It's when deadlines are crashing in. Customers are waiting. And the pressure is intense.
Exactly, Maya. In those moments, every manager faces two buttons. The first button says, panic. Take over the work. Give orders. Solve every problem yourself. The second button says, coach. Pause. Ask the right question. Help your team think before you act. Pressure doesn't create leadership. It reveals it. Anyone can manage when life is easy. But great leaders continue coaching, even when the clock is ticking. Because every crisis is also an opportunity to build a stronger, more confident team.
So coaching isn't just another management technique. You're saying it's the foundation of everything a leader wants to achieve?
Exactly. Think about a skyscraper. No one admires the foundation because it's hidden beneath the ground. Yet without it, the entire building collapses. Leadership works the same way. High performance, innovation, trust, employee engagement, future leaders. None of this stand on policies alone. They stand on a culture where managers coach people every single day. That's why I always say, coaching is not a soft skill. It is the structural foundation of organizational excellence. When leaders build people, people build extraordinary organizations.
I understand coaching is important. But managers always say the same thing. I don't have time. My calendar is already full.
And that's exactly where most leaders make the mistake. They think coaching is another meeting to schedule. It isn't. Don't add coaching as another task. Embed it into the work you're already doing. Instead of giving immediate answers, ask one thoughtful question. Instead of solving every problem, help people discover the solution. Instead of waiting for quarterly reviews, coach during daily conversations. Coaching doesn't require extra hours. It requires a different mindset. Don't change your calendar. Change your behavior. When coaching becomes part of everyday work, leadership stops being an event and becomes a habit.
Some managers worry that if they coach instead of giving direct orders, they'll lose authority.
The opposite is true. Real authority doesn't come from controlling people. It comes from developing them. When your team grows stronger, your influence grows stronger. People stop following you because of your position and start following you because of your leadership. A manager who gives answers creates dependency. A manager who coaches creates capability. That's how one leader multiplies the performance of an entire team. Leadership isn't measured by how many decisions you make. It's measured by how many people can make great decisions because of you. That's how you strengthen your authority and multiply your impact.
Everything we've discussed sounds valuable. But where should a busy manager begin?
Start small. Don't try to become the perfect coach overnight. Choose one coaching habit and practice it consistently. Tomorrow morning, instead of giving the first answer, ask the first question. Instead of solving someone's problem, help them think through it. Replace one instruction with one meaningful conversation. Small habits repeated every day create extraordinary leadership over time. Remember, organizations don't transform because leaders attend one workshop. They transform because leaders change one behavior and repeat it until it becomes part of their culture. Your first step isn't difficult. It begins with one conversation, one question, and one commitment.
So leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about helping others discover theirs.
Exactly. And that's the message I'd like to leave you with. Leadership doesn't end with a single lesson. It grows through every conversation, every challenge, and every connection you build. Thank you for joining me in the Leadership Forge. In our next episode, we'll explore one of the most overlooked leadership assets. Your network. Is your net worth? Until then, keep learning, keep coaching, keep leading. I'm Dharmesh Kandhiria. And I'll see you in episode 4. Thank you for watching.